I've been trying for like 5 minutes to get a good angle because although this room is beautifully drenched in natural light, I'm mostly backlit, and so it's very hard to see my face. I'm kind of like hunched over, but I'm enjoying this. This is comfortable actually, so I'm just like, you know what, we're just gonna sit on the floor in front of this little table. What's up, y'all? I feel like I've been wearing this red lipstick in like most of my videos, which I'm not mad about it, but I'm like, oh yeah, the days that I do something else, I'm not filming. When you're just having like a period of time, maybe it's a day, maybe it's a week, maybe it's a year, where things are just not going your way, and like, I don't know, you're just trying so many things to try to like figure out your life and to move forward in some way, or yeah, I'm sure you get the picture. And it's just like not working, or you just keep getting the door shut in your face. Like, I've been feeling like that the past few days, and I've still been trying to really like put one foot in front of the other and just like focus, but it's been really difficult. And I think sometimes when you feel defeated, it's also it makes you want to just like give up and not keep trying, and just like, yeah, I'm like sitting here trying to figure out what my life is, and it's not a great feeling to have, I think, especially at this age, and like just having so many different moving parts all the time, and like it's interesting, and like, thank God I have one place to live for the next 2 months. Well, 7 weeks at this point. So it's a week I've been here. But other than that, but even it's still temporary technically, right? And it's like what comes after that. But it's kind of too soon to like even address that problem. But anyway, at least I have that, but like everything else is just, even that's still kind of ungrounded, and everything just feels very ungrounded right now. And I'm likely, I don't know how much I want to like talk about this, but I'm maybe starting a new job, although it would conflict with my tutoring job, although my tutoring job is connected to me being a graduate student, and I'll be graduating presumably in July. And so like, unless I start another degree, which I'm actually thinking about, I have it completely done other than pushing the send button for my application to the School of Social Work to do a master's in social work starting in the fall, in which case I've already signed up to tutor, and like I would just keep tutoring. And yeah, so basically but it's also part of the problem is that the writing center runs on the school schedule. So like it's closed for last week. It was, other than we had like a finals week scheduled until Wednesday, but I actually was doing my hours on Monday, and so then closed the rest of the week, and then they're closed for this week, although Thursday night we do have a training that we have to go to. And also I wasn't hired to be a full tutor this summer. I'm like a coverage tutor, although it's like probably gonna end up being similar hours. It's just that like my schedule isn't like necessarily consistent, and it's not as much it's not really up to me. It's just kind of based on like what they have open, although the summer tutoring schedule is a lot more limited than it is during the school year anyway. They have a lot more limited hours. But that probably conflicts with this job, which is like, basically it's a company that nonprofits like hire, they contract with, who basically has a whole, it's like it's essentially sales where you're signing people up to be monthly donors. But, you know, it's like, I think it feels kind of like, I mean, I'm like, I don't know if I don't name them, it feels a little bit shady. And also just like, as a, you know, I know that we're going to basically be posing as like we work for this nonprofit. We're going to have their merch on, you know, when in reality, we're just like hired salespeople. And I think there's some deception essentially that will happen between us and like the donors. And you know, I just don't, and there's a million things with like, it's canvassing, it's like, it's also very brutal. It's based on commission, or like, not based on, I mean, you get paid hourly, I shouldn't say that, but like the job is based around, sales goals, but it's like weekly. So even if you like fail to hit your sales goals for 1 week, it seems like, you're then kind of put on like a probationary period. And so, and even to get though, like, even this is the training week, and even to get like to the actual like non-training week, you have to also like meet a certain threshold when you're out on the field. So today was like the HR day, although even there was so much confusion even like getting to this point and doing this, and like because they're all over the country, but for New York we do our orientation in person, although they don't have a real office. They have a WeWork office that they rent, and so we're basically going to be going there tomorrow for like part 2 of the orientation. I have my paperwork done and everything, so I got to skip out early. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is like all day in the field where you're doing said things to like where you have to meet the threshold in order to continue on. So anyway, that's what's going on. The only like positive thing that I was reading a bunch of reviews and stuff on Glassdoor, and basically the sentiment is like, don't work there from like almost everyone. The one like positive is that they do pay pretty well, and especially like for what the position is, because you don't have to be a college graduate or anything, and they're paying like $20 an hour for the training week, and then it moves up to 25, which is higher than like, you know, most kind of like jobs in a similar vein. So there's that. Yeah, the good news is though, it's like 11 something a.m. and I'm like ready to go. You know, I'm all I got up pretty early today. I got up at like 8:30, which was really nice. And so I think I'm gonna go. Yesterday I was trying to go to this coffee shop called Now or Never. Heard really good things about it. I literally got there yesterday and it closed early. Like, I was so upset. I went all the way there and it was closed early. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go there today, and then later tonight I'm going to my writing group, the Brooklyn Women Writers Group, which I've been going to for about a year. It's nice because it's going to be like a 10-minute walk from my apartment. So we're going to be doing that tonight. And yeah, so I figure I also have edited 2 different vlogs. I've edited all my footage. So I was like, I figure we can go ahead and start another one. So welcome. I've now talked for 11 minutes and we haven't done anything yet. So let's do it. Maybe I'll just show you while we're sitting here this little art piece I did yesterday. Do you like it? Okay. I'm kind of sad I didn't vlog yesterday because I had a similar day. Today's Sunday. Saturday, I went to the American Folk Art Museum, and then I went to a cafe at Riverside Park. I'm hanging out in the park for a few hours. It was absolutely beautiful. And I kind of vlogged for a little bit. I kind of wanted to like be in the moment though. I do think this like does kind of just take away from just having an experience. And yeah, but I captured a little bit. I just went to the MoMA PS1, which is this kind of offshoot of the MoMA in Queens, and it was so cool. I can't believe I've never been there before. The tickets are pay what you want, so you can pay nothing, you can pay $20, it's up to you. And it was just incredible, the exhibits that they had. I loved it. Made a coffee, and then I'm actually going to the Queens Art Museum. I'm gonna hop right across the street on the 7 train, and we're gonna go over there, and then we're gonna go to the Queens Botanical Garden, which is essentially next door. So we're going to Flushing, so it's a little bit of a trek, but it's just basically a straight shoot on the 7 from here, and I guess this would be like Long Island City. The boys at the Lately Cafe really know what they're doing. Just FYI. This is so good. Oh my god, it's so good. view of the city where they built this entire model, and it's has everything from all of the different boroughs, and it's so cool to like just see how expansive New York really is, and even just how small Manhattan really is in comparison to the rest of it, and how much I think even today it's an example of like, I think we tend to neglect a lot of the outer boroughs,
especially those that aren't Brooklyn. And because I've lived here for almost 6 years, and this is the first time that I've been to the Flushing Meadows Corona Park, which I feel like is insane that I haven't been here. But and even just like going to all these different museums, I just realized like how much there really is to see that I haven't seen, you know, because everybody talks about like the Met or the MoMA, like the big MoMA, not the offshoot I went to today, or the Guggenheim, or I do love the American Natural History Museum, but you know, everybody talks about like the big museums, but there's so much else to see and to explore, and also that is free or very, very inexpensive. So with that, I think I am going to head to the Queen's Botanical Garden, which is over in this area. Now, this is not like the, there are free hours, but this is not one of them. And so it costs $6 though for adult admission, which I think is pretty reasonable. I mean, actually very reasonable, but yeah, so that is where I'm gonna go next. Gosh, if every day, I was thinking earlier, if every day was like today, I would never question living in New York City. Gosh, the weather, just everything. This makes you remember like, oh yeah, this is why we live here. I think sometimes that, I would say 5 to 6 month period from like October to April, where it's cold and it's just kind of miserable. Just sucks because so much of it is just like this, just being out and being like an urban explorer. And yeah, so anyway, but let's go. Update is that I didn't realize it actually closes at 6, but we're still going. It's about a 20-minute walk. Got about 17 minutes left of the walk. So plan B. I realized Google Maps was taking me to like the other end of the Queen's Botanical Garden, and like the actual entrance was probably another 15-minute walk. So I actually am Ubering over there just because there was like no other way. And then basically from there we'll kind of figure out what we're doing. Looks like there's a ton of food options over there though, so yeah, let's go.
I'm wearing lipstick like 24 hours a day. I kind of always feel naked without some kind of lip product. I feel like it's a lot for this hour, and just like in my my face clearly has yesterday's makeup still on it. Anyway, I just kind of felt like filming, so I decided let's just pick up the camera, or my phone I guess in this case, and have like a little chit chat. So the last time we saw each other, I was in Queens. I was going to the PS1 MoMA, to the Queens Museum, to the Flushing Meadows Corona Park, to the Queens Botanical Garden. I had such an epic day on Sunday doing that, and I was exhausted though at the end of it. I literally walked like 20,000 steps that day, and I didn't plan out my eating very well because my dumbass decided not to like bring a snack with me, and I basically walked 20,000 steps on one waffle. One waffle's worth of calories. So you can imagine how exhausted I was by like 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. when I got back home. Yeah, so I was very tired. And then I've been on a really good sleep schedule though. One of my goals, okay, I think we're good now. So one of my goals just in general this month has been to adjust my sleep schedule, because for a long time no matter what I would do, I was waking up between like 10 and 11 a.m., which I just don't love, and I feel like then the whole day feels like it's already gone. Like I'd be waking up like now, essentially. And in the past week, I've been able to get myself on a schedule where I wake up at 7:45, and like my body just wakes me up at 7:45 now, because usually I'll have my alarm set for like 8, somewhere between like 8 and 8:30, but I keep waking up at 7:45, and I keep going to bed somewhere around midnight. Usually I'm the kind of person who needs like 8 to 8.5 hours of sleep, but lately I feel like I've been getting like 7.5, and like I've just been waking up as I go to bed somewhere in the realm of midnight. And I feel really good. I feel like this schedule really suits me. Also, as I am hoping to kind of get back into like a 9 to 5 kind of job, I want to like, you know, set my sleep schedule sort of accordingly for that. And you know, just all the things. So that is one of the big achievements that I've had. Yeah, even today, like I had my alarm set for like 8:15, opened my eyes at 7:47 a.m. So yeah, so I've been up for like 2.5 hours. But it just feels amazing because I've already done so much. I've already done yoga, I've already meditated, I had a little bit of breakfast, I've been reading, I did a little bit of writing, like so many things already, and it's only 10:15. So the plan for today is I have a job interview, actually, speaking of wanting to get back into a day job, at noon. And it's the kind of job that I think I have a really good shot of getting. I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, it's just, I think my chances are really good. And so I really want to prepare for it. So my plan, basically, I'm having kind of like my morning, and then around 11, I'm gonna really sit down and like prepare, get all my notes together, like, you know, just kind of go over like their website, the job description, you know, just do all of the things. It's only a half-hour interview, so I don't think it'll be like super intense, probably just more of like the general kind of HR, like getting to know you, what are your career goals, why are you interested in this position, that kind of thing. But I just really want to be like super prepared and like just basically like ready to go, dressed, like where I'm just, you know, have a nice hour to like really get myself grounded so I'm not rushing. And then after that, from 2 to 6, I will be tutoring, and probably also working on the proposal for my capstone in the midst of that. And then at 6, I am going to go out, and I am working on like putting this birthday gift together for somebody, and I'm kind of doing it in stages, and it's the kind of thing where like I don't really have an exact plan, but I want it to be really special, and I'm putting a lot of thought into it, but I'm kind of like open-ended as far as like, I know different categories of like, I want to get something like this and like that, but I don't have like an exact plan. So, and honestly, I just need an excuse to go to TJ Maxx. You know, it's one of those things. So, so tonight at 6, I'm gonna leave here and go to TJ Maxx. Probably also go back to Starbucks. I have to tell you, yeah, they came out with a new drink, which is the, I think it's the white macadamia nut cookie crumb cold brew. I think that's what it is. It's a very long title or name, but I heard about it. I love cold foam. I usually don't like really sweet drinks though, and I found many of the other kind of similar drinks to be way too sweet, but I love macadamia, and I just had a really good feeling about it. And oh my gosh, you can see I still have a little bit left. It is so good. It is sweet, so it's definitely the kind of thing, like after I have another one today, I'll probably be like done for a while, but so delicious. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to, I think, have that as my little accompaniment to going shopping tonight. But yeah, that's basically going to be the day, but I thought maybe I would, I guess, take you guys along for it. It's a little bit less adventurous, but you know, not every day can be an adventure, I guess. So, yeah. All right. I will probably check in with you after the interview, guys. All right. So I'm just checking in. Just got done, well, I got done maybe like 20 minutes ago with my job interview. It went really well. I think I did a really good job. I did a good job at the job interview. But you get the idea. I did really prepare though, like I said I was going to, and I think that was really helpful. So I felt, and some of it's even just subconscious, like you just feel more confident and you're prepared, and then that comes across. And so, yeah, I feel really good about it. And I think I'd be shocked if I didn't advance in the process. So fingers crossed to them. So yeah, it's 12:55. Also, I learned today that the show Couples Therapy on HBO has a new season that just came out, and I really like that show a lot. Just as like I don't know, an FYI, a point of interest. If you've never watched it, I think it's a really good, I mean, it's just entertaining for sure, and it's fascinating. It's real couples. Basically, the premise of the show is like, it's real couples in New York City who work with this therapist, and you get a really good glimpse into what therapy is like, but also what therapy is like on the part of the therapist. And I think that's what's really interesting about this show, because you see the sessions, but then you also see the therapist in her consultation group. You see her talking to her supervisor. Like, you actually get to see those things happen. And it's, yeah, I don't know if I've ever consumed content that was like therapy. Like Esther Perel has a really famous couples therapy podcast called Where Should We Begin, but you don't get to actually see her doing supervision or see her doing her consultation group or anything like that. And most therapists do those things, and that's part of like kind of the regulatory aspect of the profession. And so anyway, I just think it's really interesting to kind of see like both perspectives, and to really see like the work of the therapist part, because sometimes she'll be like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or I should have done this, or like next time I'm gonna like really push this person in this way. Or you get to really see like behind the scenes, like how a therapist thinks and like processes the work of sessions, because it's not as simple as just like doing the session and then the session is done and you just carry on. Like there's a lot of if it's a good therapist, there's a lot of thought and intention that goes into the clinical practice, and you get to really see that in this show. So I've been kind of watching that a little bit in the background, and will probably continue to, since I have about an hour before tutoring. And then, as I said earlier, gonna tutor, and then we're gonna go shopping. So yeah, all right. See you later. Okay, so I'm currently in Marshall's, and I'm trying to figure out what would be a good gift for somebody who likes to cook and is like into food, but who I don't really know yet. I know this is not going to really make sense, but just bear with me. So I found these garlic stuffed olives, and they're on clearance. I feel like someone who's a foodie would be into something like this. Like this is something like I would be into, and I'm a foodie, where it's like, it's kind of different. I thought maybe they were blue cheese stuffed olives at first, but I feel like this is the kind of thing that keeps well. There's a lot you could do with it. So I'm thinking this is going to be a winner. And then I found this little like sushi set, because I also don't want to get something the person might have. And I feel like for something like a birthday gift, I don't know, I always feel like I want to get something that's kind of different, that like the person might not already have, or like, I don't know, you just might not get for yourself normally. And I feel like something like this, like even you could do things with this that aren't even sushi related potentially, and I thought it's kind of interesting. That's like a maybe. I think the olives are for sure going to be a yes. And then there's actually a TJ Maxx upstairs from here, so I think I might potentially do a maybe on the sushi set, and then like come back down if I need to, because there were several of them. I think after probably wouldn't be good. So yeah, and of course I did find some clothes and stuff for myself. Not that that's what I'm here for, but you know, it actually decided no on the sushi thing. I'm trying to decide if getting someone a candle is like too cliche or just like too simple. I don't know. Like, is it weird to get someone something like this? At the same time, it's like, I don't know. Is it? I feel like a candle is such a safe gift, because it's like, who doesn't want a candle? You know, like everyone can use a candle. I'm like, should I try to get something more personalized? Probably, because I don't know. I mean, it's a guy, and I feel like this kind of feels like my natural choice, but then he's from California, and so I was like, you know, should I do something like that is like kind of reminiscent of that? But it's hard to know if you don't know somebody's kind of like preferences, although he is a foodie, as I said, so I'm kind of thinking maybe something like this might be cool, because even if you don't love it, I don't know, it's just kind of like a fun novelty. And then I'm also seeing for myself, I smelled this candle. Oh my god, it's so good. I didn't even have to get it. So definitely getting the olives, and yeah, I'm gonna go up to TJ Maxx and figure out if there's anything up there that I want to get to kind of in this one. It is for a birthday, but I'm like, I don't know, I feel like that's just too obvious. But anyway, we're doing pretty good here. It's the next day, it's Friday. I actually had a pretty successful trip at Marshall's. I ordered a couple things on Amazon to kind of like complete the gift, and there were some like handmade aspects. I'm putting a lot of thought into this whole thing. I feel like I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to jinx it, but then I don't know, if
if it's successful, it's going to be like the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me. And I know that probably doesn't make sense, but just, I promise you it does. So yeah, it's like, what time is it? 2:12. This thing about waking up early is, it's always earlier now than I think it is. Because I was like, oh, it's probably 3:30. Nope, 2:12. So I am going to the Morgan Library this afternoon. They have free admission on Fridays. So at 5:15, I will be there. I'm very excited to see it. It's another like thing on my list of museums to hit up that I haven't been to. And then after that, at 7:30, I am gonna go to this restorative yoga class, this like donation-based yoga class that I'm really excited for. Oh, and then in between there, I have like a 30-minute Zoom staff meeting. I'm not really gonna have to talk or anything, so I'm just gonna do it like, I don't know, like somewhere like this basically. So that'll be like in between, and I'll be taking the subway back to Brooklyn also in that. So it'll be a busy, from like 5 to like 9 will be a little bit busy, but up until 5, I don't really have plans. I might go over to a consignment store over there I really like, just because I'm in the area. I might not, I don't know. I want to do some writing. I also want to do some more job applications, some reading. So it should probably be a pretty chill afternoon before that. But yeah, so I figured I'll take you along with me. I also was like questioning. I was like, should I keep doing these vlogs? Like, should I keep doing this? I feel like I suck. Like, I don't know. Because like yesterday in Marshall's, like, there's a weird thing where some of it is like, I don't know, there's a filming in public thing where you can feel kind of strange. I'm even doing it on my phone, so it's not even like as much as like if you have a camera here whipping out. But there's that, and then there's just like sometimes, you know, I don't want to have to like, I want to just like live my life and not be like explaining living my life, if that makes sense. Like, it does take you out of the moment, I think, in many ways, to be like, oh, let me document this, and like, you know, let me make sure like I have the right angle and good lighting and this and that. And sometimes it's just kind of annoying, and I think especially if I'm not like feeling the best, if I'm not in like the greatest mood, so I feel like there's that. And then sometimes I realize like, oh, I should be like, I should film this, I should be like documenting this, and I'm not, or I should have done that earlier, or I don't know. It's just like a whole retrospective thing. But I think some of it is honestly just like practice and trial and error, and like anything, you know, the more you do it, the better you get, the more natural it feels. Because I got a few subscribers in the past couple days, which like each little subscriber like literally gives me so much joy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta keep doing this because people are watching. So thank you so much for everyone who's watching and subscribing and commenting and anything. Like, trust me, I notice, I really appreciate it, and it makes me smile, and it makes me want to keep doing this. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I just wanted to know, I really like my outfit today. This little tank top with the little watermelon on it, isn't that so cute? And I love this color. I got it at Marshall's yesterday for like $8, and I feel like I like this little change in my hair and makeup, because for like, I don't even know how long, probably a month straight, I was doing like the side pony and the red lip, and not much deviation from that. And so today is a little bit different. I'm kind of going with the whole watermelon like vibe, with the pink and the green, and then even like the pink and the green, and my hair is in kind of a little bun, and I really like it. So I just wanted to like say that, because I'm really digging the look and like the change up. Maybe I change it up a little bit. So okay, I'll be quiet now. I am in Madison Square Park, and I noticed that there's this huge sculpture, and it looks like a centaur, but then it's like a female centaur, It's a skirt. I'm not sure what the art on it is supposed to depict. I hate it. I think it's like ugly. Like, what is that? And it just doesn't go with the vibe. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't match the vibe. Although you weren't supposed to record, but I managed to get a little bit. And I think I'm like museumed out though, because I felt like my eyes were like glazing over a little bit, just because, you know, how many museums and stuff have I been to in the last couple of weeks? Many. So definitely, I think that is worth going to. I would say, especially on the free nights. I think it's like, I don't know, 15 or 20 bucks or something on like a regular day, which I think is kind of ridiculous. But for free, it's every Friday night, I believe, 5 to 7. It's free, so definitely worth checking out. It was crowded. I actually didn't mind that though. I don't know. I felt like it was kind of a vibe. They had some live music and stuff, so it was cool. Now I'm gonna do like maybe the most New York thing ever, and I'm going to go to Bryant Park, which I'm pretty close to, and do a 30-minute Zoom staff meeting, and probably get some kind of food somewhere, either there or on the way. So it's at 6:15, it's like 6:05 or something, so I've got about 10 minutes to get over there. And yeah. Of course, hello. I feel like I never actually talked to y'all, like sitting down. So I'm outside the New York Public Library in iconic institution. And of course, like I don't know what was going on, because I was like sitting here, I was all ready to go, and for some reason Slack wasn't loading, which is where I get like the link for the meeting, and so it ended up being a couple minutes late, and I was just like so annoyed with myself because like there was just a whole thing where I basically have just because of like a lot of different extenuating circumstances that have happened over time, have been late a few different times to appointments, and you know, it's like the main kind of thing I feel like I have to like address in this job, and then of course like I end up being late even when I should have been on time, and I was literally sitting here just like waiting for Slack to load. So, you know, what can you do then? But I decided I'm not going to the yoga class. I'm tired. It would be like an hour and a half. It's kind of where it is in Brooklyn is not very convenient to the apartment, and so I'm like, and I really want to go home and watch the rest of season 3 of Couples Therapy, which is an amazing show if you've never watched it. I think I talked about it. Yeah, I talked about it already, but I wanted to do that, and I'm hungry, and it's like I just want to like be cozy, and you know what, that's okay. You don't always have to like be doing something 24/7. I do think there's a thing in New York where you feel like you need to constantly be doing things, and if you're not, like, that's a problem, but you know, you don't. And I did a lot today already, so I'm going to I think go over to Whole Foods, because there's a Whole Foods right over here, and like get a couple of little provisions, and then go back to the apartment and watch Couples Therapy and just chill out for the rest of the night. Also, it's the thing it's a weird thing where being on this new sleep schedule where I'm waking up at like 7:45, like it's 6:45 right now, so it's like, oh, I'm tired, and it's like, oh right, because like my bedtime is in like a few hours, which is weird. It's just really strange, but yeah, so we're gonna say goodbye for today, and then but I think I'm going to like finish out this weekend and then like put all of the footage together for the next vlog. So